you were watching me on like the recap for UFC Fight Night, I'm sure this must be weird of me to say hey again. So I'm going to break down the fight between Holly Holm versus what do you call her, Kayla Harrison. Um, there isn't a lot of information on either fight, or rather on Kayla Harrison, obviously because she has been performing in another organization. Um, I've watched her perform, but the most famous thing about her, obviously that everyone already knows, is that Kayla Harrison was in the Olympics. I think she was in the Olympics around the same time as Ronda Rousey, if I'm not mistaken, right? I, I think she actually beat Ronda Rousey. I remain to be corrected, but nonetheless, I think she was in the Olympics around the time of Ronda Rousey, um, which in a way it's like Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey part 2 or 3. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I think Holly Holm maybe, I don't know, 7 years ago maybe she would have won this fight. But Holly Holm now, no man, I don't necessarily think she's going to win this fight, because this is going to be the classic fight of a striker versus a grappler. And my biggest issue is that, despite the fact that I don't have a lot of information on Kayla Harrison, she's been doing decently in her MMA career. She's still not young, but she's still young. She's like 33 years old, whereas Holly Holm is like 42. That's that's like, let me see, let me calculate. That's almost 10 years, like, apart, like in terms of age. And I don't know. I know if you follow me, you know how I feel about older fighters. Everyone can make their examples, but they are going to give me 5 examples of fighters who've been able to succeed above a certain age. But I can give you hundreds of those that failed. So Holy Holm is old, number one. Number two, she's going to be fighting an elite grappler. And I know people will make the argument that, well, she beat Ronda Rousey. Yeah, she beat Ronda Rousey when she was in her prime. Yeah, that's why at the beginning of the stream I was like, yeah, maybe Holy Holm might have a shot. If this was like 7 years ago, then yeah, I would easily pick um, Holly Holm. But in this particular fight, I don't think she wins. And I know a lot of people are making the argument that, well, Kayla Harrison has never made bantamweight. I think that's where they're going to be fighting, right? Bantamweight, not featherweight. Yeah, I think they're going to be fighting at bantamweight. So I'm sure a lot of people will be making the argument that, well, she's going to be killing herself to make that weight, so it's going to make it easy for her to get chinned, basically. Um, whatever Holy Home lands will give her the knockout. That's possible. That's possible, but also remember that Holy Home lost to Bueno Silva. The very same girl that lost to Raquel Pennington. So Holy Home is not the same. And even with the weight cut, I don't know. And I think Kayla Harrison has had enough time to actually cut down. I think a lot of her build is not necessarily bone; it's muscle. So I think a lot of people, it's kind of like people who are questioning Max and saying, "Well, Max is too skinny for lightweight and all those type of things." Max can be a really um, good welterweight. He has the frame for it. Just that the problem is he doesn't have the muscle. So that's why he has to build up to a certain division, Even at lightweight, Max will be a big lightweight. He won't be like a small lightweight. So I don't know why people like to say that. Well, I mean, she's too big. She like those. That's not her bones. That's muscle. you can lose muscle if you actually do it the right way. In terms of Hamza, for example, Hamza is tall. Hamza is a giant. Like he cannot lose like the bargain bone mass. Like that's not possible. But Kayla Harrison, I think she's just thick. Like she has a lot of muscle. It's not necessarily that she cannot lose the weight, and she's had a lot of time to actually try to lose the weight. So I want to donate $1 billion. Please suggest me some works. You want to donate $1 billion? Okay, I'll give you my PayPal. I'll give you. Actually, go to the channel. Go to the channel. Like there's a PayPal link. Donate it, and I'll get your email from there, and then we'll talk. I have a lot of ideas. If you're serious, I will see. But back to my prediction. Um, yeah, so that's basically why I feel like the weight cut issue will not be a factor. So people making it seem like hair cutting weight is going to make it easier for her to get knocked out. I don't think that's going to be possible. I think when was the fight between Holm and Kayla Harrison announced? Um, I think it was announced the last year. So she had ample time to actually prepare for this particular fight and to actually cut weight. Unfortunately, I haven't seen how she looks currently, but I'm assuming she's already started to cut down on her weight. Obviously, now that it's a week away, I'll just have to wait and check. But um, Kayla Harrison is younger. Kayla Harrison has the kind of style that can cause problems for Holly Holm. Kayla Harrison has a record of I think about 16-1, and the one that she lost via decision. And obviously, maybe some people might say, well, she wasn't facing top level competition. I used to say that, but look at what MVP did to Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland has been in the UFC for a very long time. So we can't necessarily say that people who are not in the UFC are not necessarily good. Look at look at people like Dracus Duplessis. He came from South Africa, like the EFC, and he hasn't lost a fight. He got a championship in the UFC without losing a fight. So I can't necessarily agree with anyone who says, "Well, Kayla Harrison wasn't fighting top level competition." So chances are either she's going to get a decision or she's going to submit Holy Holm. I don't see any situation where Holy Holm wins this fight. And who's the comment section? I'm serious, my dude. If you are serious about this whole thing of donation, I have a link. Go to the channel. There's a link. You can donate something there, and I will take it from there, guy. I don't think you're serious. If you are, there's that my email is somewhere on the channel. Just check my email on the channel. Use a laptop to check my email, and send me an email, and then we'll talk from there. But as far as my prediction, yeah, Kayla Harrison without a doubt. I'm going to be doing. I hope I'm not repeating myself too many times. I'm going to be doing predictions over the course of the next week for every single fight on UFC 300, and I'll do like the final prediction, maybe a recap on Saturday. But I want to break down every single fight on this particular card because it deserves that. Every single fight on this particular card could be a main event. Not all of them, maybe like yeah, but I think you get what I mean. I appreciate all of you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I have so many things planned. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. See you on the next video. Deuces.